What's all the smoke? What's all the smoke? It's Greg Biffle. Biffle's in trouble.
Right front tire looks like it's down.
Marty, what happened?
Well, he radioed to the guys about 45 seconds ago, Alan. I think I have a right front going down. Got to come down pit road. Now, if we go green flag through all these pit stops somehow, and Biffle does that, then he should be okay, and they should cycle out through. But he's going to come down pit road and make a stop here a little bit earlier than he would normally need to do.
We see the wheel mark right behind the right front. My guess is he made contact with someone and punctured that right front tire.
Another thing that looked like BP, I don't know if his car was as tight as it looked like, but his car looked awfully tight. He was using every bit of the racetrack. So I don't know if maybe he had some problems with that right front tire heating up also.
All the stop. Hello, yes, Greg Biffle here, and really loose. That's what he actually was, Wally. They made a wedge adjustment. They also made an air pressure adjustment for Biffle, and he was really loose on that run. So we'll have to check this right front, see if it was maybe some contact on the racetrack. Don't know quite why the right front went down.
All right, we'll wait till he comes back around to the start-finish line and see where he cycles out of the scoring, but it looks like he's going to lose 2 laps to the leader as a result of that right front tire going down.
Well, right now they're saying he's 1 lap down.
Yeah, he's about a lap and 3/4 down, Benny.
And that's 59 car is Jeff Purvis. His second ride in the Kingsford car. Gave it a terrific ride at Memphis 2 weeks ago. Talking about Jeff Purvis, 59.
So Biffle back to 37th place. And again, the last thing he needs. Trouble, turn 2. Larry Foyt, Ken Schrader. Cautions out. Second caution of the race. That would be a new record. Most cautions in a Busch Series race at Phoenix.
How in the world did he get the hood beat up like that?
Kenny Wallace is going to get by Hank Parker Jr. Kevin LePage is going to get by Hank Parker Jr. Coming back to the caution, Michael Waltrip will not. That'll put 18 cars on the lead lap. What has been a difficult rookie season for Larry Foyt continues here in Phoenix today. Pretty heavy damage.
And you can see they're taking the car directly to the garage area, not leading on pit road.
It's going to be the 9th race this season that Foyt will fail to finish. And there's Ken Schrader's car sitting on the track.
See Schrader trying to get out. Come on, Kenny.
Boy, he's taken a good hit there, too.
He has. Yeah, I saw a little fire under the hood of the car. There, Schrader comes out. They just don't make those window openers nearly as big as they used to.
What had been
and Kenny Schrader, let's see. There we see Schrader coming off the wall.
Right in front of Larry.
Right in front of Larry. And there's the fire that I looked up and saw. He knocked the fuel pump off on that car. All right, Jeff Burton gonna get a lap back.
Under caution here at Phoenix International Raceway in the Outback Steakhouse 200. Johnny Sauter spun off turn 4, and guys are fighting hard to try and get a lap back from Greg Biffle.
And Jeff Burton and Joe Nemechek will get those lap backs.
As will Mike McLaughlin and Scott Wimmer and Elton Sawyer, who took that last restart ahead of then leader Chad Little.
I figured that Greg Biffle, the 60 car, would let the 9 of Jeff Burton have a lap back since their teammates.
Still dangerous.
All right, let's see what happened here. Johnny Sauter driving Richard Childress's number 21.
Trying to get on the inside of Ashton Lewis, and he comes down right in front of Jimmy Johnson as he tries to get alongside. Johnson makes contact, and how did they all miss him?
Wow, that was pretty big. Sauter was running in, or is running in 17th place, so he stayed on the lead lap despite the spin. And he'll get a chance to come to pit road should he desire here.
I think he probably will get some tires on that car. When these cars slide from spinning, you get flat spots in them, and it's like running over railroad tracks at speed. Very rough. Eventually, tire can blow.
Because of the rules in the NASCAR Busch Series limiting you to change tires twice under the caution flag, there are some guys who'd probably like to pit here who can't because they've already been in twice. We'll talk about that more in a minute. First, let's go to Liz.
And I'm in the Busch garage with Larry Foyt, and this team is very busy trying to get this car ready to go out on the track. Larry, looks like you got caught up in some bad luck. What happened?
Yeah, just a tough break. Looked like Kenny blew a right front, hit the wall, and we were running a fuel strategy race, and it was looking pretty good. I was on some pretty old tires, and unfortunately couldn't hold the car down to keep from hitting him. So just a tough break for the Harris guys. I think we would have had a good finish today.
They're going to keep working, try to hit that track again. Alan.
All right, Liz, thanks.
Cars and try and get some clean air in there, and there's a caution in turn 2.
3 cars in the wall. Mike Wallace, Bobby Hamilton Jr. I believe that's Eldon Sawyer's car.
All gloves to Bobby Hamilton Jr. as he tries to get his car back to the garage. You see Mike Wallace's car sitting there. Some heavy damage to the left front, and you're right.
Boy, look at that. Heavy right front damage for Elton.
I think the word gingerly comes to mind as I watch him get out of that race car.
So he took his Hans device off and dropped it back in the seat there. Tough break there. All 3 were on the lead lap at the time of the crash. And we bring out the 4th caution of this race. A new record.
I was going to say, it's a record, isn't it?
Mike Wallace just gets the car loose, getting in the corner, and never can get it back under control. Well, I guess he did get it back under control, and then the 26 gets in the side of him, and Elton Sawyer just hard in the wall.
Kind of looked like Hamilton Jr. and Elton Sawyer hooked together. Right rear to left front, and that turned him into Mike.
Wow. What a lick Elton Sawyer hit.
Look, watch this. See, Elton and Hamilton Jr. just kind of locked together here.
No, I don't think so.
See?
Yeah, after he had hit Mike.
After he hit Mike. It looked like the 26 car just drifted up like he lost air on the nose and drifted up into Mike. Then they hooked.
But they did hit after he hit Mike, I believe, yes.
Pretty hard accident.
If we go back and look at that first replay again, it looked like Mike Wallace got the car a little bit loose, getting in the corner, and had to back off a little bit. And that's allowed the 26-98 car to run up on him and then make the contact.
Yeah, you're right, Benny. You can see Mike's car wiggle getting down into the corner, right in the center.
Hamilton Jr. drove his car back around to the garage. You can see him getting out of the machine. 4th caution flag of the Outback Steakhouse 200 with 60 laps to go. Here's our Napa Field summary, the way things have gone in the Outback Steakhouse 200 so far. 8 different leaders: Biffle, Spencer, Kenseth, Little, Parker Jr., Nemechek, Sawyer, and Hornaday. A record number of cautions. It only had 1 in this race in its first 2 runnings, 99 and 2000. A lot of cars out of the race, too. They would be as follows. Mark Voigt went out with a shock failure. Andy Santerre had a left rear tire go out on his car that caused some rear end damage. Actually hit the wall, too, with the right side of his car. Ken Schrader in a big accident a little bit ago, and we're going to add to that list after this caution with Elton Sawyer, Mike Wallace, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. all involved in a crash. They're still cleaning up over in turn 2, so let's take a break, and we'll come back for the restart after this on TNT. Off of turn 2.
And there's McMurray. He gets up out of the groove.
That's Chad Little.
Chad Little.
That's turn 3.
Oh, that is turn 3.
I think he just picked up all that oil dry. Remember that big cloud of smoke off turn 2? Maybe got the tires covered in oil dry, and when he got to 3 at championship racing. Caution, turn 3. Jeffrey Bodine, hard crash. Wow, back end of that car all torn up. He was running in 9th.
As loose as these cars are right now, I don't know what happened on this deal, but it's not going to take much contact between two cars to get in trouble. Everybody seems like they're sliding around a lot.
And the yellow comes out with now 7 laps to go as the leader comes to the start-finish line. Now, this is one of those windows where we've seen NASCAR in the past put the red flag out. In fact, they're going to do it now. I believe I just heard them radio to the pace car, take the field to turn 3 and stop.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good move.
So that's going to give us about 4 or 5 laps of green flag racing to determine the winner. Here at Phoenix today, we see Jeffrey Bodine out of his car.
Boy, look at the left rear corner of that.
Yeah, can't tell if anybody got him there, that's for sure.
So we're going to see the red flag with 7 laps to go in the Outback Steakhouse 200. And always the wondering if when you run the car that hard all day and you shut it off, will everything work like it's supposed to when it's time to fire it back up?
Will it start? Because these engines, the starters, when they get hot, sometimes they just do not work the way that you would hope they would.
Here's a look.
Hard to tell. Oh, man.
That's the aftermath of it. Here's looking forward from Jeff Burton's car.
Yeah, he got turned.
Stay low, stay low.
Scott
Come on,
Wimmer.
good job. Caution is out, caution's out, clear all around. Good job.
That's Scott Wimmer, the car there that came into contact with Jeffrey Bodine. So we're under the red flag with 7 laps to go here at Phoenix. Now it is Jeff Green chasing Greg Biffle when we resume. The field is stopped on the backstretch of the Phoenix International Raceway with 7 laps to go in the Outback Steakhouse 200. Jeffrey Bodine crashing after contact with Scott Wimmer, racing for 9th position. That has put us under this red flag. Bodine out of his car and okay, but they continue to clean up all the debris. His car's not okay, but he is.
It is banged up. I'm told also that Mike McLaughlin somehow has gone to the garage area, the blown engine, the MB&A car.
And that takes us down to 14 cars on the lead lap to settle this thing. Couple of things here. Jeff Green getting by Kevin Harvick for second spot. Harvick just basically pulling to the inside and waving him by. That just really strikes me as curious.
I guess that Kevin Harvick, that was a point championship move. He decided that he might have been able to race with Jeff Green, but if they...
Oh, Kenseth off the wall hard. They're going to come back to the white and caution flags. It'll be race over. Hard crash for Matt Kenseth, racing for 5th with Todd Bodine. You heard him say he's okay. And here comes Greg Biffle to what will be his 5th win of 2001.
But they got to run one more lap.
It's done. He's taken the caution flag. The pace cars collected it.
I've seen Mark Martin driving the garage area one time.
Yeah, pull off the racetrack.
Yeah, Bristol.
And Jeff Green is not happy with Greg Biffle on that restart. You see, there is a restart point on the outside wall, and that's where the leader of the race is supposed to hit the green flag to restart the race. And I'm assuming that Jeff Green is upset and saying that Greg Biffle might have restarted a little bit early.
Harvick giving the congratulatory tap to Greg Biffle. Going to be a 2nd win in 2 days for Biffle. He won the Craftsman Truck Series race here yesterday, and he better get going and cross that finish line first.
He didn't.
Yeah, but he's won the race. Field's locked in under the yellow, unless he turned off the speedway like Mark Martin did at Bristol.
There's Kenseth. That is always a good thing to see, a driver walk away.
Super rookie Greg Biffle and company, 5th win of 2001, Dave.
and it was a great win for him. We'll climb up here and get Randy Goss's attention, who is still, I assume, talking with Greg there. Randy, congratulations, but you didn't, it wasn't just given to you there at the end, was it?
I didn't hear what you said.
It wasn't just given to you there at the end, was it, buddy?
No, it's getting tougher, and the Granger team did an awesome job today. I don't know what I can say about Biffle. The guy's just a wheel man like I've never seen before, and just proud of everybody. They fought hard. We got ourselves in trouble. We almost panicked. We got ourselves back out of trouble, and just a great job by everybody. I just appreciate the opportunity Jack Roush has given us and every guy on his team. You know, he's given us everything we want to work with. It's like a dream.
He almost lost it off a turn 2 on a restart. How did he collect himself?
I don't know. He's a natural. I've only seen a couple guys like him in my life.
Wow. And Randy Goss gets to work with him. His 5th win of the season, guys.
Victory Lane is out on the front stretch here at Phoenix, and all those photographers standing there, and here comes Biffle doing a flying donut.
It could have been a cream donut.
Wow. Greg Biffle has won more races than any other rookie in NASCAR Busch Series history. 5 times now. He's been to Victory Lane. His 20th top 10 of this season. And the 12th win for Ford in the Busch Series in 2001.
All right, we talk about the restart line. There it is. That's the point that the driver has to be. Let's try to get a relationship. Here is a caution flag light, and let's see where on the restart that Biffle nailed the gas, so we can see if he was early or not. He's coming off the corner. I don't think we'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I think that was probably a little bit early, but
not much.
Not much.
I don't think it was much.
Nope.
Now here's the crash, racing for 5th.
These guys are just squeezing each other a little bit. What happens is when Matt bounced off the wall, he got into Todd Bodine, which turned him into that outside wall.
Yes, he and Todd never made contact until Matt hit the wall.
Exactly.
Yep.
Air off the nose kind of thing as Matt's trying to stay in the gas.
My guess is that he was so high there that he just got in the loose stuff and he started pushing. Right there, see? He's up in the gray area, and it just will not turn up there. That's debris.
And watch this hit.
Now watch this hit. Yeah, that's the one that's really hard.
Take a ride. See what it really looks like.
And listen to it. And grab your right side like I'm going to.
Okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
Another day at the office. All right, let's go to our MBNA winner's circle where Greg Biffle is about to celebrate a victory.
And he got a cold drink. He got a cold drink of water, Allen, because he lost his drink straw in the first caution. It's 95 degrees here in Phoenix, and he has not had a thing to drink all day long. And he got some Coke and a little Dasani and a little splash of beverage here in Victory Lane. Well, tell us about the last restart. First off, what happened? And it looked like it was very good restart, almost too good.
Well, it was, you know, the 10 car laying back trying to get a run at me, and I just had to go a little bit early. You know, he was going to get a run at me, and you know, I couldn't let that happen. I'll tell you, the guys did a great job in the pits today. We made some chassis adjustments. Flat tire coming from a lap down. What a great job for these guys today.
Yeah, did you think your shot was over when you fell back to 37th after that flat tire?
Yeah, I did. You know, and it was tearing the right front fender apart, so I didn't know whether to slow down on pit road and not hurt the right front fender. I knew aero was important here, so I sped up. I slowed down a little bit, and it was just really tough. But those guys raced us clean today. We had a good run, and I don't know what happened to the one, but that was probably my toughest competition. But I'd just like to thank Granger and all the guys, Coca-Cola. Everybody's just done a great job for us this weekend.
Boy, how loose was that car on the last run? Because it looked really loose.
Yeah, it was. It's been really loose all day, and I'm just doing the best I could do, you know, and just wish I was racing tomorrow.
All right, and that what he means by that is, of course, he won the truck race yesterday, Busch Series race today, and too bad he's not racing tomorrow because he could go for 3 in a row. 5th win of the season, 2nd in the last 3 races for Greg Biffle, Allen.
Not going to be long before we see him in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, though. Perhaps at Daytona in February for the 500. Here are the results of the Outback Steakhouse 200. Championship contenders.
1 position apart, so looks like it's still over. It was over when it started, and it's still over. And Jason Keller back in 6th spot was not able to pull off that $1 million bonus today.
Last to 8 for Hank Parker Jr. Good effort there. Johnny Sauter, the rookie, not even rookie, in 11th place. And Chad Little was the last one on the lead lap.
See, Jeffrey Bodine, after the hard crash, will finish in 30th position.
Matt Kenseth 22nd. And the final cars. See Larry Foyt, Jimmy Spencer, Ken Schrader. All drivers encountering problems today. And the first one out of the race was Mark Foyt, who went out just 8 laps in. Matt Kenseth has come from the Infield Care Center. Let's hear from him.
The good news, Alan, Matt Kenseth is okay. First off, Matt, were you forced up high, or did you lose your battle with a pushing race car?
That was pretty much my fault again. I've done a terrible job here lately, but the Visine car was really good. I felt like we had a car that could have won, and we were real good in the beginning. Our second set was a little bit loose and real good, and we put our last set of tires on. It pushed for no reason. We didn't really change anything, so that was a little frustrating. We had a bad pit stop and got us in the back, so I was trying too hard to hold on to 5th spot there then, and just got pushing up off of 2, and I guess just did it to myself.
You're heading over to your Winston Cup car, preparing for happy hour. Did you learn anything in the Busch race today you can put forth the happy hour in tomorrow's Cup race? I sure hope so. I feel bad for the DeWalt guys. We're working over there as hard as we can work, and we're just not getting any results for it. We're just running terrible. So we're just going to go over there and throw what we can in, work as hard as we can, and get what we can out of it tomorrow. We got a real bad starting spot, and so far not a very good handling car. So we're going to work on it the best we can, and make the best of the day tomorrow. He had a good car today, Alan, until the accident. Now he's going to prepare for tomorrow's race here in Phoenix.
Matt Kenseth wound up in 22nd place today, while Greg Biffle, his Roush teammate, scored his 5th win of 2001 and gave the photographers assembling the front stretch victory lane a little thrill. Watch the victory donuts from on board Biffle's car. The Outback Steakhouse 200 on TNT is brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. And by Napa. We keep America running. 2 races to go now in the NASCAR Busch Series season. Rockingham next Saturday, and then Homestead 2 weeks from today. And Kevin Harvick now needs to finish 25th or better in the last 2 races to clinch the title, even if Jeff Green wins both races and leads the most laps. Speaking of Jeff Green, Marty Snyder's with him now.
And he finished 2nd. First of all, did Harvick wave you by? And then secondly, what happened on that last restart?
Was that Kevin driving that car?
I think so.
Yeah, he did wave me by. I was a little bit faster than he was, and Kevin used his head. He was a smart race car driver. He's always a smart race car driver, and we just tend to think he does stuff differently than we do every once in a while. But our next quick forward was awesome there at the end, and he knew we were quicker than he was, and let me by there. And I think I could have caught Greg, but kept passing him 2 different things, and Greg just got a really big jump on me there. I wasn't thinking he was going to take off that quick, and then I boiled my tires when he took off and just made it look really worse. If we'd had, 3 or 4 or 5 more laps to go, I might have been able to get back up on him, but just proud of my guys. They didn't give up on me, and we were really loose at first, and car came around there at the end. We worked on it, really got it good there at the end.
So let me get this right. You shaved the mustache. You went 1, you won 10th, second. You're not superstitious, are you?
Well, I am right now, for sure, about mustaches anyway.
That thing will stay off. To Matt Yoakum.
And Kevin Harvick is putting on his Hutchins device. First off, are we seeing some maturity? You let him go by. You let Jeff Green go by. What happened?
This
ought to be good.
It's been a long year, and I've said a lot of stupid things. And
come on now, you say stupid things?
I can't put my makeup on as good as you, but
that's Snyder, not me.
Oh, anyway, but I've said some stupid things and done some stupid things, and we're racing for the big picture, and I think 5 points was better than 50. Jeff's car was a little bit better, and I didn't want to have him move me out of the way. So the AC Delco car was pretty good all day, and Todd made a good call with the 2 tires. Kind of had to be a little bit defensive and take our track position and not get stuck back in the middle of the field and take a chance on getting in a wreck. So we had to put up our defense a little bit, and other than that, it was a pretty good day.
Now, you're a West Coast guy. Why are you wearing a Yankees hat?
Well, there's a lot of tradition at Yankee Stadium, and I'm a kind of a traditional guy, and that's a 10-year stint that they got going. And what are you doing?
We're taking the sunglasses out of the way so we can actually see the American League champions.
How about Ralph Shaheen's A's? How are they doing?
I don't know, but
he told me they were going
I don't know, but my Tigers didn't do very well either. So let's talk about that last restart. Did you kind of question the great start that a few other guys had?
If that would have been me jumping to start that far, I'd have been sitting in the pits for a lap. But I don't know. NASCAR does a good job, and sometimes you wonder if they're trying to teach you a lesson. And I watched him jump the start on the truck race yesterday, and I remember sitting in the pits at Memphis last year on the first lap of that race for jumping the start. But I don't know. Maybe I see things a little bit different than they do.
He always seems to see things a lot different than people, Dave.
Matt Todd Bodine has already begun debriefing with his Winston Cup crew chief, Larry Carter, and he's going to towel off a little bit. Todd, let's talk about what just occurred out there on the track racing with Matt Kenseth. What happened?
Well, I hate it. Got under Matt off of 4. We run side by side through 1 and 2, and I got in the throttle a little too early and started the car pushing. And we pushed up and got up next to the wall. I'm not sure if I got into him or not first. And then I don't know if he got in the wall and got into me. What happened there? I let off and the car jerked a little sideways. I mean, I'm not really sure what happened to start the whole thing. I hope I didn't do it. Matt had a good finish going, had a good car, and we've always gotten along well, and I hate that. I hate to put it with anybody, but it's really takes the wind out of this good run we had. But the Channel Lock Chevy was pretty decent. Really too tight to start the race. Bobby got it freed up. If we could have had one more stop, we would have been even better. But we didn't. We ended up 5th. It was a good run for us, and I want to say hey to Ashlyn and Lynn. They're at the horse show having fun. Hope you're winning, Lynn.
I know they got little TVs that they're watching with. Another top 5 for Todd Bodine in another Busch car. He won earlier for Buckshot Jones, and now he's winning in a different Busch car. He's pretty good at these Busch runs, Marty.